What a lovely dress. Antique French lace, freshwater pearls. You certainly know how to spend Danny's money.
Don't you know it's bad luck to see the bride in her wedding gown?
Well, then take it off. Slowly.
Wake me.
Not just on one side. I mean, look at it. All of these. I want all of these wilted ones out of here, okay? If I'm paying my good money for this, I want it done right.
Just think, by this time tomorrow, we'll be married.
Your father will be dead.
And my stepmother will be in jail for murder.
And we'll be rich, rich, rich.
Oh, Philip, I do so love happy endings.
Lovebirds.
Daddy, you're not grumpy because your little girl's getting married, are you?
No, I'm grumpy because the only thing I'm getting out of this wedding is bankruptcy.
And the son-in-law.
Like I said, bankruptcy.
Flowers have arrived. I hope you have the sense to appreciate this bouquet, Cindy.
Denise, they're beautiful.
Oh, wait a minute, Cindy. Start explaining. Orchids? What happened to the carnations?
Actually...
I canceled the carnations. They lack style.
They also lack a high price tag.
Worship the bottom line all you want at work, Wade. I won't let you embarrass me in front of my friends.
Who knew parasites were so sensitive?
Oh, look at the time. We better get dressed.
Wait a minute. Look, I'm sorry. Okay? Kitten?
Oh, joy. Denny and Daddy together again.
Not for much longer. Do you have it?
Of course, just like we planned. You are so clever.
You are so right.
Hello, nice to see you. How are you? Nice to see you. Hey.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi.
Nice recovery.
Morgan is as lively as ever.
Just brimming with youth and personality.
Well, Phil, right on time. At least that's one thing you do right.
How about a shot of you two shaking hands, yeah?
Fireplace all right?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah, fantastic. Great, yeah. Just a couple more.
By the way, have you had a chance to read my report?
Oh, why bother, Phil? You know and I know, the whole damn company knows I only hired you to stop Cindy's moaning and groaning about how broke you are.
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, see you at the wedding, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it was just a coincidence that you happened to implement my ideas on the new recliner.
Your ideas? Well, now, that's not exactly how I remember it.
Isn't that convenient? Care to join me for a drink?
Well, I'll drink with anybody. Especially since it's me who's paying for the booze.
Morgan, out! Not about to show up at that altar covered in dog hair.
Hell, I'm disappointed you're showing up at all.
Has Pastor McSwain arrived yet?
Oh, yeah, there he is. up to his elbows in my appetizers.
You know, Wade, we should put all these bitter words behind us. I am, after all, marrying your daughter. Isn't it about time we started getting along?
Nope.
Marvelous. I see you downstairs, yeah?
Thank you. Oh, darn. I've chipped a nail.
Really? We've just got time to make the 6 o'clock news.
Denise, would you get my nail polish? Please. It's in the kitchen. The top drawer next to the spice rack.
Sure. I've got nothing better to do. It's not like we have guests or anything.
Cindy Montgomery Garrett, take this man as your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
Do you, Philip Evans Kobler, take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife?
I do.
Place the ring on her finger.
Asthma. He's had it since he was a kid.
What God has joined, may no man put asunder. I now pronounce you man and wife.
People are staring.
I don't care. I can't breathe.
You're always so dramatic.
Well, Grandpa. Have I ever visited this house? I haven't fallen over that dog.
Yeah, one time. Then you tripped over my ottoman.
Wait, how long has that cough been that bad?
You clear your throat, you cough. It's no big deal.
I'm not so sure about that. You're flushed and you're sweating, too. Where's your inhaler?
Would you stop being my doctor and just be my guest, okay? Tell you what, why don't you try the cheese puffs Denise had them made special?
They do look good.
Yeah, well, for a buck a puff, they should be.
Are you okay, Daddy?
No, I am not okay. Everybody keeps asking me stupid questions.
Well, you can relax. I'll keep my eye on them.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you for not smoking. The 3 nicotine patches sort of gave it away. How long ago did you quit?
A month ago. I was afraid with the wedding and my nerves that I would start up again.
Well, if you haven't started by now, you never will.
You're welcome. I couldn't help but notice you standing over here all alone.
I guess this is one of those parties I don't know many of the guests.
Well, you're a friend of Wade's, and a friend of Cindy's. And now you're a friend of mine. Consider yourself part of the family, Dr. Bentley.
Oh, Amanda, please.
Deal. Amanda.
Philip! Come on, hon!
I better get back to my bride.
We need you for this picture.
Do you think Cindy knows how lucky she is?
Amanda, are you jealous?
Can you blame me?
No, I guess I can. Do you think Phil knows how lucky he is?
It's our dance, Daddy. Come on. Come on, Daddy. Just one dance. Please.
Get Wade to sit this one out?
I wish.
Daddy, you're starting to worry me.
Oh, now, after you throw your life away on a used car salesman, you're concerned about how I feel. Spare me, okay?
Where's his inhaler?
It's in the kitchen.
Deep breath, Wade. All right, another one. Deep.
He's flushing diaphoretic.
He's not breathing. Oh my God. Daddy!
I'll start controlling the airway. You start compression. Call 911.
I'm on it.
Toxicology report confirmed high levels of the mood elevator phenelzine.
What kind of a doctor would prescribe phenelzine for an asthmatic?
They wouldn't, which is why Amanda brought me in on this, and why I just paid a visit to the Garrett house.
Find anything?
Wine glass with traces of a nice Merlot and phenelzine.
Red wine contains tryptophan. You combine that with the phenelzine and all the dairy that was in his system.
Plus the albuterol in his inhaler.
His blood pressure was bound to go sky high.
And a fatal stroke was inevitable.
And apparently deliberate.
Morgan, don't you ever chase cats or something? Or do you have a fire hydrant you visit? Never mind.
What about the household staff? Gardener, housekeeper. Did Mr. Garrett get along with them?
Everyone loved my dad.
The man had no enemies.
What about Denise? Did they ever fight?
They had their tiffs, but they were crazy about each other.
You know, never mind. It's an absurd thing to bring up.
Why don't you let us decide that?
Tell him, darling.
Well, 2 weeks ago, Dad's lawyer called. Said his new will was ready.
Did he mention the beneficiary?
Denise loved my dad.
Oh, I wish I was as confident of that. You did say that Denise was the only one wearing a white rose corsage at the wedding.
What if she was?
I found this white rose petal over there on the floor by the wet bar.
Yes, I was treated for clinical depression. Not that it should matter now. I took all the popular antidepressants. Prozac, Zoloft.
Phenelzine?
I haven't taken it in years.
And you haven't renewed your prescription lately?
I think I just answered that question.
Mind if I have a look?
Where is this going?
Toward the truth, we hope. Does this look familiar to you?
Prescription drugs and their known side effects. No? I'm more of a Danielle Steele fan myself.
You saying you've never seen that book before? You must have had your eyes closed when you checked it out at the library.
I don't even own a library card.
And you never renewed your prescription for phenelzine either, huh?
You knew that phenelzine and albuterol were a deadly mix for an asthmatic.
And you knew the dairy products and red wine would make it even worse.
Practically everything you ordered for that reception contained cheese. I must say you did your research well.
I didn't do any research. I never read that book. I certainly didn't kill Wade.
The evidence says otherwise.
All you had to do is put the phenelzine in Wade's red wine and then wait till he used his inhaler.
And how convenient that you knew exactly what that inhaler was.
Seems pretty clear you had means and opportunity.
What about motive? Tell me why I would kill my husband.
He was worth a great deal of money.
Am I wearing last year's potato sack? This is an original for Telly. Tiffany's, platinum setting, not a stone under 10 carats. Isn't it obvious? Wade gave me whatever I wanted.
That include changing his will?
Look, this proves I'm innocent. Whoever picked up the phenelzine at the pharmacy bought a pack of cigarettes, too. Cindy's brand.
Cindy's former brand. You bought those cigarettes hoping to frame her, not realizing Cindy had quit smoking.
Denise Garrett, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Wade Garrett. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. The right to an attorney.
And that, my dear, is the perfect murder.
Sounds good.
Good? No, my dear. It's better than good. It's foolproof. And that is exactly how it's gonna happen at our wedding tomorrow.
Nina, por favor. Gracias.
Por nada.
Oh, now there's my little lovebirds. No ray of sunshine on this, the morning of all mornings?
No sane human being has a smile on their face at this god-awful hour.
Especially after last night. We did hit the Dom pretty hard.
Ah, celebrating your last day of freedom, huh?
Amongst other things.
Hey, everybody. The flowers have arrived. Casablanca lilies for the bride, and a white rose for me.
Where are my orchids and stephanotis?
Cindy, the florist said the Catalea orchids and stephanotis were unavailable. The lilies were more expensive, but your
Lilies?
father...
I'm gonna look like Morticia.
Sweet.
Dad,
listen,
don't sweetheart me. This is my wedding, not your wife's. I can't believe you allowed her to do this to me.
I'm so sorry. This is my fault. I should have talked to you before I made any change.
Oh, and that's supposed to make me feel all better.
Look, the guests are going to be arriving soon. We all need to finish getting dressed. And, kitten, you just need to calm down a little, huh? Come on. Dum-dum-da-dum.
Did you bring him?
You bet. Just like we planned.
Aha, there, see?
Ow! Damn thorn, I'm bleeding.
Here. Let me see.
Phil, what are you doing? Looking for a few good books for the honeymoon?
No.
Yeah, will the fireplace be okay?
Yeah. Fabulous. Fabulous.
Come here. Here.
Smile, yeah? Please? Yeah. Spectacular. See you. Thanks.
Philip, there's something that I've been meaning to say to you.
Yeah?
I know that you and I have had our differences, but today of all days, I think we should try and make a new start. Be friends. It's not too late for that, is it?
I guess this means you've read my proposal?
Yes, I did, and pretty darn clever, I must say. I don't know anybody else who's coming out with rolled and pleated Naugahyde recliners.
Retro is the way to go these days.
Yeah, but, Philip, my company has built its reputation on fine leather furniture, but I don't want to discourage you. Now, you just be patient. It takes a while to learn your way around a new business.
I understand. Just keep quiet, follow orders.
No, not at all. Listen, Phil.
Whatever. How about a drink?
It's a little early, isn't it?
Hey, if we're gonna be friends, then friends drink together, right?
Okay, I'll have whatever you're having.
Has Pastor McSwain arrived yet?
Yeah, got here about a half hour ago. I have a feeling we're going to have to order more appetizers.
How's the weather?
Philip, it's Southern California. Odds are it's going to be sunny.
Could you check?
Yep, it's sunny.
You know, I think I saw something on the horizon earlier. With El Nino and all, you just never know anymore.
I'll look. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky. It is gorgeous.
You know, Wade.
Huh? Yeah. I'm sorry, Phil. Gee, that was all my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize. Here.
No! Morgan, out! Morgan, down, you stupid dog! You know, I don't know why you let that hairball in this house.
Well, look at it this way, Phil. I let you in the house, didn't I? And that turned out okay.
Fantastic.
Cindy, you look beautiful. Phil is one lucky guy.
That's what I keep telling him. Oh no. This would happen to me.
What happened?
$40 for a manicure. It doesn't even last for one day.
Well, they don't look chipped.
Trust me, they are. Please, would you get me my nail polish? It's in the kitchen.
You keep your nail polish in the kitchen?
I eat, I do my nails. You know how it is?
Your color's passion pink, right? There's a bottle there on the vanity.
I guess I forgot I had a spare.
You're just stressed. How about a nice hot cup of chamomile tea?
That would be great. Lemon and honey. Lots of honey.
When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. Do you, Cindy Montgomery Garrett, take this man as your husband?
Yeah. I mean, yes. I do.
Do you, Philip Evans Kobler, take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife?
Yeah, I do.
What God has joined, may no man put asunder. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, sorry.
That was lovely.
For a minute there, I didn't think Philip was gonna make it.
Phil, what about Cindy?
Well,
Oh, I'm so glad you could make it.
oh, listen, when I deliver a baby, it comes with a lifetime warranty. Communions, graduations, weddings, all included in the package.
So how you been?
Great. Been here, well, almost an hour. I haven't tripped over your dog.
You know, he has been acting very strange lately.
You think he was getting married?
Oh, honey, I am so proud of you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Daddy. So, how do you feel?
Never better. This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, then, it's time to celebrate. Dig in. They're the cheese thingies that Denise picked out. You too, Mark. Well, have some more. You don't want to hurt Denise's feelings, do you?
Two.
Cindy! Congratulations, man.
When I get back, this tray better be picked clean.
Think she means the flowers, too?
When were you gonna tell me you spilled Daddy's drink on our honeymoon?
It's not a problem, Cindy.
I find that hard to accept.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Wonderful to see you.
The plan is still valid. We just need to make some adjustments.
You're right. Okay, there's more phenolzine in Denise's purse. Only she has the wrong purse. I don't believe this. Who the hell changes purses in the middle of a wedding?
Please stay calm. We'll work through this.
Yeah, just like that bimbo will work her way through every dime of Daddy's money. My money.
Don't worry. They'll both get what's coming to them.
Nothing's coming to them because you spilled Daddy's drink.
Give me that. We'll get another chance, maybe after the honeymoon.
No! Now! Get the phenolzine out of Denise's gold purse, dump it in some wine, and get it to Daddy.
We'll have to think it through a little bit better than that. Which doesn't mean that we can't do it now. Damn. Bleeding again.
Jesse.
Phil, sorry.
What are you doing here?
You know, the truth is, this house is so big, I kind of got lost looking for the bathroom.
Oh, straight down the hall. Third door on your left.
Thanks. Wow. It's a pretty nasty cut you got there.
Yeah. I was slicing cheese a few minutes ago.
You were slicing cheese at your own wedding?
Well, you know, I like to help out.
Yeah, outstanding.
Wait. We never did have that drink, did we?
Oh, I guess we didn't. So, here's to our future as a family.
Daddy, may I have this dance?
I'd be honored.
It's not a good idea. Well, I mean, you can't dance the first dance until you finish the first drink.
It's true, Daddy. It's tradition.
Well, tradition.
Bottoms up.
Yeah,
Now you can dance. Come on, let's dance.
She looks great.
Couldn't help noticing you standing over here all alone. Which is a real shame.
I don't know too many of the other guests.
Well, you're a friend of Wade's, Cindy's, and now mine, Dr. Bentley. Or should I call you Amanda?
Dr. Bentley will do.
You're lost, babe.
Honey, maybe we should sit this out, huh?
But, Daddy, it's our dance.
Okay.
Is he all right?
No, I think we better have him take a break.
Daddy?
Where's his in here? Quick.
I don't know, Denise. He leaves it everywhere. I'm not sure. You're his wife. How could you not know?
I'll check the medicine cabinet upstairs.
I'll find it.
I couldn't find it. Here, take it. Go.
Thank God you found it.
All right, Wade, deep breath. Another one.
He stopped breathing.
I'll manage the airway. You start CPR. Call 911.
I'm on it.
Very sorry.
So you're officially calling it a suspicious death?
I'd have to say yes. It's highly unlikely that a doctor would prescribe phenelzine to an asthmatic.
Well, especially for Wade Garrett. And I can't imagine anyone getting him to take an antidepressant. Too bad he wasn't as cautious with his diet.
I'd say he's a little past cholesterol worries now.
Well, actually, his last meal was downright deadly.
The red wine and dairy products Wade consumed guaranteed a fatal reaction to the buterol. His inhaler.
Well, thanks, Amanda.
Poor Cindy. I remember thinking at the time, what could be worse than having your father die at your wedding?
How about finding out he might have been murdered?
Well, we don't know that for sure yet.
We won't till we find out who slipped Wade to phenelzine and why.
You got it?
Come on. Hurry up.
Okay.
The pill bottle and library card are in the purse, the rose petals on the floor, the books on the shelf, and the damn dog's outside. So relax. It's a few hitches, but all in all, went according to plan.
What if there are more hitches? What if everything starts coming apart again?
It won't. We've corrected all the problems. Your father is dead. All the clues are finally in place. Now we just wait for Mark Sloan to stumble on them.
I keep thinking, Mark has caught so many murderers.
Yes, he has. Dozens. But did any of them have a plan like ours?
I can't imagine anybody having a plan like ours. I mean, getting Mark to frame Denise for us.
He will if we guide him to it. We know all the questions he's going to ask, and we know all the answers to give. I've anticipated everything.
Oh, well, I'm feeling really relieved knowing that you anticipated my father spilling his drink and Denise switching purses.
Cindy, every good plan is adjustable, and that's what we've done. We've made adjustments, and that's what we'll keep doing. Every time Mark Sloan makes a move, we simply counter that move.
Like a chess game.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, so when Mark moves his queen, we move our... What do you call that little horse thingy again?
Go hide the purse in Denise's room. Now! And then around 12:15, I joined poor Wade here. He had already poured himself... Nita! What are you doing? This might be a crime scene. This whole house might be, actually.
Well, then, someone sure should have told me.
Have you touched anything in here?
Can you dust and vacuum without touching nothing?
Well, until this is over, let's try not to disturb anything else, okay?
Fine by me.
Oh, and leave the vacuum, please.
Who knows what evidence she's destroyed?
Well, things have a way of turning up, Philip. I'm sure we'll find what we need.
Find what? What are you looking for?
Mrs. Garrett, there's evidence that your husband died from a fatal drug interaction.
That's not possible. Wade didn't take drugs of any kind, except his asthma medication.
Well, that's why I need to ask you a few questions. I'd also like permission to search the premises.
Whenever you need. I'd like to get to the bottom of this as much as you do.
Philip, why don't you go see how my dad and Cindy are doing?
Sure.
After what happened, everything seems strange and out of place.
Oh, I can understand. But did you notice anything at all unusual? Something somebody said or did that kind of stood out?
After breakfast, the photographer took pictures while Denise helped me dress.
Us too. Wade and me. The photographer took our pictures in the living room.
And then, well...
What is it, Cindy?
Well, what, darling? Tell us. It could be important.
Well, right in the middle of everything, Denise suddenly got weird about her corsage. She suddenly had to have it. And it was already 11:30, but everything had to stop while she went downstairs to find it.
That's just Denise.
I don't think I understand.
She was really into the wedding. She had to micromanage every detail.
Denise is so strong. She's been a real champ since it happened. She's held up much better than me.
I can't believe she's not back on the medication.
I wasn't aware Denise was on any medication.
A couple years ago, she had a little depression problem.
Will you look at Morgan? He's still hyperactive.
Shut up, Morgan! He's been like this since yesterday. Something's gotten into him.
Maybe he's mourning his master. Dogs do that.
You know, on the other hand, Cindy could be right. Would you mind if I took a blood sample from Morgan?
Sure.
Absolutely. If you think it'll help.
Here, Morgan. Come here, boy.
That's a counter move? Something's gotten into him?
That's a good doggy.
What if Mark finds phenelzine in Morgan's blood?
That's a good boy.
We adjust the plan?
Oh, I talked to you. Let's go find out what's got into you anyway. Let's go over here. We're just gonna have a look at you. It'll be totally painless.
But I wasn't supposed to be smoking.
That part of the plan can be readjusted. With everything else that's gone wrong, we dropped the whole quitting business.
We did?
We also forgot to plant the receipt. Probably for the best. No need to make things too complicated.
Number one is means. Denise checked out a library book on prescription drugs.
She says she didn't even have a library card.
Well, her purse says otherwise. I also found that bottle of phenelzine inside it.
You know, phenelzine's not an over-the-counter drug. She couldn't have gotten one without a doctor's prescription.
What about a forged one?
Yeah, that's what probably was.
Number two is motivation. Wade's will. Everything, including control of Cindy's trust fund, goes to Denise.
And number three, you've got opportunity. According to Cindy, Denise came downstairs about 11:30 to look for her corsage.
I found that inside the vacuum cleaner.
From her corsage? Well, that puts her in the living room, all right.
According to Philip, Wade already had a drink in hand when he joined him there. Red wine.
Did Denise mention being there or pouring Wade to drink anything?
No, it's all just a terrible blur. And then there's Denise's instructions to the caterer. Heavy on the cheese.
Looks like there's only one conclusion, doesn't there?
Then why do I feel like I've just come to the wrong one?
Steve, why don't you hold off?
And what, tell my captain that I'm not going to arrest Denise, despite a mountain of evidence?
That's what bothers me. A mountain of evidence?
Dad, give me an alternative. Denise Garrett, I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Wade Garrett. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
So, my love, who can we kill next?
I'm joking, darling. Just joking.
I know I'm a cliche, a walking, talking joke. Young trophy wife who snares herself a rich older husband.
And then got tired of waiting for him to die?
No, that was my joke on everyone else. I really loved him. Before we met, I was so messed up. I had no life. I mean, not a life I want to remember. I couldn't kill Wade. He was everything to me. He told me once that if I ever needed help, that I could trust you.
Denise, the problem is all the evidence implicates you.
I know. I can't explain it.
The book, the phenelzine, even the inhaler that finally...
I didn't even know where the inhaler was.
Denise, you gave it to me.
Well, Cindy gave it to me. She found it in the kitchen.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Listening to a plea of innocence.
Oh, really? There's something that hardly ever happens around here.
Come with me, miss.
Oh, please, Mark, you gotta believe me. You're my only hope.
Let's go.
Steve, this case is puzzling me more and more.
Well, let me puzzle you some more. I just got this fax from Amanda. It's the results of a blood test on a dog. Looks like Morgan had a good time at that reception. His blood was full of alcohol.
And phenelzine?
Yeah, well, wouldn't that knock him off his feet?
Well, not if he had a paradoxical reaction, like excitation. That'd explain why he was hyperactive.
Okay, so why did Denise give Morgan the phenol whatever?
I don't think she did. As a matter of fact, I don't think anybody did, not intentionally.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Louis Simonetti? The guy that got the Compton killer off?
And Danny Pantaleano and the Euclid Avenue gang.
How is Denise gonna pay him? I thought the will was null and void.
Only if she's convicted.
But there's all that evidence.
Yeah, which is mostly circumstantial. Simonetti could tear this case apart. But that's not going to happen, Cindy. I'm not going to let her get away with this.
Right, Steve. We really appreciate that. What we need is a plan. A really good plan.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'd like to go over everything that happened that day one more time.
Whatever. We can't let her get out of jail, right?
Right. Well, first thing,
We all got together in the kitchen for breakfast.
And then Denise was not in the best of moods, but I kept it together. And then I got dressed. That's when Denise got worked up about her corsage and rushed off to find it.
At the same time, I was in the living room with Wade. The photographer was taking our pictures.
That's it. Your wedding photographer was probably everywhere that day, right?
Right?
So maybe we can use his pictures to establish a timeline that would incriminate Denise.
I see. If we can find a picture of Denise at some time or place where she said she wasn't...
Yeah, we could catch her in a lie. Could be enough to convict her. I'm gonna pick up those photos first thing in the morning. Oh, and Phil, in the meantime, why don't you get some rest? You don't look very well.
Huh. We cannot let him see those pictures. I told Jesse I cut my finger slicing cheese after the wedding, but in the pictures taken before the ceremony, I had a Band-Aid on my finger.
If Steve and Mark figure out you lied, they'll wonder why. And that could lead them to finding out how you really cut your finger on Denise's corsage.
One more counter move and this game's over.
Thanks, Philip. Why not use dynamite just in case there's somebody who don't wake up?
Why don't you keep quiet and help me find those pictures? Over here.
Talk about a disaster. I wonder what the parents look like.
Cindy, focus. We're here for one reason, to eliminate the only hard evidence that we killed your father. Not speculate on the parents. It's a truly hideous child. Ugh. Wade and me by the fireplace.
You're wearing a Band-Aid.
Yeah, proof that I lied to Jesse. And proof that Mark Sloan will never see.
Could be wrong about that.
This is entrapment.
No, actually, this is a stakeout.
And a very successful stakeout it was, too. Thank you for the evidence to clear Denise and to arrest you.
For what? Breaking and entering? Oh, whoops. Destroying private property?
Darn, we'll probably get a slap on the wrist for that.
I was thinking more along the lines of death row. You know, there's still a negative for that photo somewhere.
You did confess a moment ago.
To eliminate the only hard evidence that we killed your father. How?
Morgan.
The dog?
Mm-hmm. You see, there was no reason in the world for anybody to give him phenelzine. That had to be a mistake. Which got me to thinking, what if this was one of those perfectly planned murders where everything goes wrong but the victim dies anyway?
You anticipated this, right? Your great master plan can easily be adjusted to deal with any eventuality, right? We'll adjust this. I'm turning state's evidence.
Cindy, for once in your airhead life, shut up!
You know, if there's any justice in the world...
Those two would have to share a cell for the rest of their lives.
Right.
R8 unit. Scale Will Wilshire. Ambulance is on its way.
All right, thanks. Hang on. We're getting you help.
Through a gunshot wound, upper right chest. Diminished breath sounds, probable pneumothorax.
Portable X-ray stat, 2 liters of ringers.
Will you intubate?
Order 2 units of O-negative type and cross-match for another 3.
What are the vitals?
BP 90/60, pulse is 140.
He's lost a lot of blood. Let's move.
We had a report of shots fired. By the time I got to the location, the shooter's chasing this guy on foot.
Any idea what it was all about?
The guy was unconscious, and the shooter's not talking till he sees his lawyer. Will you have Jesse call me as soon as he gets out of surgery?
I'll call you myself.
Thank you.
Where's the hotshot doctor that runs this joint? I'm not going to talk to anybody but him.
Sir, you have to.
Is that who I think it is?
It couldn't be.
I'm not taking a step until I see Mark Sloan.
He would have called,
Dr. Mark Sloan.
wouldn't he?
I'm about to start an autopsy.
Yeah, well, you go right ahead. When you get a minute, I'll take a Jell-O.
This room is off limits unless you're hospital personnel.
Man, that's all right. That's my brother.
Sorry.
What kind of hospital are you running here? I've been getting the run around ever since I got here. Nobody here seems to know who you are.
Hi, Uncle Stacy.
Steve, have you gotten shorter?
I'm going to run along now.
Well, wait, don't you want to talk to Uncle Stacy?
Ongoing investigation, Dad. I'm sorry. I'll see you at home.
Thanks a lot.
I'll get the wheelchair.
I could have sworn he is taller.
So, how are you, little brother?
You've gotten older, have I?
Oh, you know. I wish you'd told me you were coming. I would have come to the airport.
What?
I could have met you at the airport.
Well, airport. I'd coming on an airplane. I drove the pickup.
All the way from Arkansas?
Yeah, I had to. That's where I live.
I know. So how are you? How's the soda shop coming?
Oh, I couldn't be better. I'm opening up another one in Texas.
Really? Where?
Flower Mound.
Flower Mound?
No, and I named a salad after you.
You're kidding.
Dr. Sloan's big head of lettuce.
What's in it?
Big head of lettuce and a fork.
Well, sounds healthy anyway.
You know, speaking of health, I've been having some my back. It's bothering me real bad.
I'm surprised driving all the way from Arkansas.
I don't know what it is. Maybe you could take a look at it.
Have a look here.
It starts like here and runs across down back.
Let's see.
Down here. I'm pointing down here. You're up way up. Up there. Ah, that's it. Ooh.
This isn't like that smallpox infection that turned out to be a spider bite, is it?
Yeah, it could have been smallpox, real smallpox. Bad. Oh, that's it.
Have you seen a doctor about this?
I'm seeing a doctor. Why would I see a doctor in Arkansas when I got a brother who's a doctor who won't charge me? Will he?
Here we are.
Oh, thank you, Amanda.
You don't suppose it could be that lactose intolerance they talk about, do you?
I don't think that'd give you any back pains.
No, I'll tell you, I'm sure having abdominal pains, I'll tell you that. Well, we'll have a look at you. Just take all the time you need. I've had this for a couple of months. Another hour or two ain't gonna hurt anything.
You need any help?
No, we're just fine, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Did I mention the sudden weight loss?
What weight loss?
Dr. Sloan, Dr. Mark Sloan. Telephone
Just a
call
minute.
on line 5.
And the fatigue. It seems like I'm tired all the time.
Yes. Oh, yes, how are you?
And the fever. I get the chills a lot.
I can be there probably about 5 minutes.
That's nothing compared to the pain.
I better make that 10. All right.
What?
Well, we got about 5 minutes to get you down to a meeting and checked in.
I don't want to be in trouble. Good. I don't want any special accommodations.
I'm glad to hear it.
Just whatever accommodations any other dying man who happens to be Mark Sloan's brother would get. Hey, not so fast.
Sorry.
You must be Mark Sloan.
I am. Dr. Wesley?
Madison.
Like Wisconsin.
Yes. My 2 sisters are named Savannah and Augusta.
Oh.
I wake up every morning grateful that my mother didn't move us to Georgia until after I was born.
Oh, I can see why. I understand the boardroom meeting went fine.
I heard that, too.
I thought maybe you'd like to meet some of the doctors, if you have any questions or just need help getting you settled.
Why? You don't think I can get settled in by myself?
Oh, no. I mean, yes, it just... Well, I know how new jobs are. A lot of new faces, everyone watching everything you do, dissecting every move you make. That's not coming out the way I meant it.
Are you this comforting with all your patients?
A little better than that, I hope. Well, Doctor, it's a pleasure to have met you, and welcome.
Thank you. There is one thing I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Well, I find myself here, dean of the medical school, with its extraordinary reputation, and I was hoping that I could come to you for advice until I get settled in.
Well, yes, I thought you just said you didn't need any help.
Not exactly. I asked you what made you think I needed help. I was afraid it showed in my face.
Oh, no, nothing on your face. Nice face.
Oh, that's the nicest compliment I've gotten all year. Well, of course, I was in the Amazon rainforest alone for the last year, studying the social behavior of the arachnid.
Not known for their charm or wit, I guess.
No, but it is great training in dealing with corporate structure. So what about it? Can I call on you, until I get my sea legs?
Oh, as long as you like. I'm running an IMD clerkship class this afternoon. You'd like to drop by and meet some of the future doctors.
I'll do that.
Good.
See you there.
All right.
Suspect's name is Terry Schaefer.
The Terry Schaefer.
The investment banking scam. He made off with $3 million. Hasn't been seen or heard from since.
So this Ivy League guy, busted for white-collar crime, gives the feds the slip and then blows his cover by playing Rambo in the streets of L.A.?
I don't know what to tell you, but it's definitely him.
So what's the story on the guy he was shooting at?
And that I don't know. There was some speculation that he had a partner at the time.
Could be that. Or it could be a guy who could identify him and send him to prison.
Yeah, or blackmail him. There's got to be some connection.
Let's go find out.
I'm not saying anything until I see my attorney.
We'll find a connection.
But it'll go easier for you if you talk to us.
I'm not saying anything until I see my attorney.
Was he blackmailing you?
Ask him yourself.
I'd never seen this guy Schaefer before in my life. I was coming back from doing some grocery shopping, and I started up the steps, and this man ran out of the building. He was in a hurry. He looked at me. He took out a gun, and he pointed at me, and I dropped the groceries, and I ran.
Well, if you remember anything else, hello.
I'm telling you, I don't know him. Well, what is it that you want me to remember?
No, it is not. I want you to remember this. This guy already tried to kill you once. If he gets out of jail, he's going to try again.
I told you before, there's nobody here by that name. Hold on. Your name's Jack?
Brian.
There's no Jack here. Would you please stop calling? Geez, I don't want anybody getting arrested around here. Phone's ringing all the time. People coming in and out. Did I tell you about the pain in my back?
Once or twice.
Sudden weight loss.
See you, Uncle Stace.
Mr. Sloan.
It's me.
I'm Daniel Richards. I'll be following your case.
Aren't you kind of young to be a doctor? Let me see your driver's license.
I'm a third-year student physician, sir.
You can be that at 12?
Mr. Sloan, I've been
Why don't you come back after your fourth year when you're 13?
I'm old enough, Mr. Sloan. Trust me. All right, let's see here. They've done a blood panel, a series of x-rays, and an MRI.
I think it's lactose intolerance. What do you think?
Well, we should have the results by tomorrow. We'll know more then. And you are. Nurse, I need an IV setup, cardiac monitor, stat, and oxygen now.
I'll get an 18 gauge. Blue team 5
I got the card.
Code blue team 5 south.
Give me a 12 lead EKG.
This man had a heart bypass 2 days ago. Shouldn't even be at a cardiac ICU.
Bypass.
Quadruple bypass. That's exactly what the chart says. And the patient had gunshot wounds, which proves you can't always rely on the chart. Sometimes the patient can give you vital information the chart won't show.
Yeah, like his name. I had the right chart, just the wrong guy.
But I'll bet that's a mistake you'll never make again, right?
We've already got Brian Mitchell's side of the story.
Is that right?
You're not interrogating my client before his attorney arrives, are you?
When is there never a traffic jam when you need one?
They're charging you with attempted murder.
It was an accident. I was cleaning my gun. I was on the roof of the parking lot. I was cleaning my gun. It discharged. It hit somebody. I went over to see if he was all right. The police arrived. That's my story.
And the hundreds of people who saw you chasing him on the street?
Must have been someone else.
What is this? Brian Mitchell, is it, going to say?
Nothing. He says anything about me, I say a few things about him. And a couple of $1 million that's missing.
I don't want to hear this. Don't tell me things I don't want to hear.
Mark, it's 10 o'clock. Why aren't you home?
Oh, well, Stacy's doctor down in Arkansas sent me his medical records. I thought I'd look him over. He's in pretty good shape.
Didn't you tell me your brother's always been a hypochondriac?
Oh, boy. That's why I don't think it's anything really serious. Still, hypochondriacs get sick, too.
Is he supposed to be up and walking around?
No. Why? Oh, no, he's doing it again.
Doing what again?
Hey, how you doing? Did you have reservations? Can I get you a chocolate muff? How about a cherry coke? We have food, you know. A hamburger. Let me get you a half a salad. Wait, what do you want? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't see you stand. My foot! My foot!
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
I need my glasses. Oh, excuse me. Oh, my God, you're a priest. Oh, my God. I said, oh, my God. Hey.
Stacy?
I hit a priest. That's 7 years bad luck.
Father, he didn't mean anything by it.
No, he's sleepwalking. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm Presbyterian.
That's all right. There's no hard feelings. I'm Father Connolly.
Oh, Father Connolly. Dr. Sloan, nice to meet you. This is Dr. Amanda Bentley.
How do you do, Father?
Here. Want a shake?
I've got it.
No, he means a milkshake.
Get the crash cart stat. Doctors, code blue.
Wake up! You wake?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Go to your room.
What have you got? I came in to give him his 10 o'clock meds, and I found him like this.
What happened?
The electric cord from the ventilator had been pulled out of the outlet.
Well, the alarm would have
Well, it
sounded.
wasn't turned on.
Coming through.
And the room was in complete darkness. I could hardly see the patient. Gel, please.
Here you go.
Move it up. Clear.
Right.
Again.
200.
Clear. Clear. Again. Clear.
Clear.
Pupils fixed, dilated. The pulse. Call it.
10:16 p.m.
10:16 p.m. Time of death.
Hey, patient's name is John Martin. He was transferred here from the cardiac ICU this afternoon.
Cause of death?
Cerebral anoxia. Power cord to the ventilator was pulled out.
Who was the last one to see him alive?
I checked in on him about 9:30. He was sleeping. Everything was fine.
I'm going to need a list of everybody who had access to this room from 9:30 this evening. What?
He's probably not responsible for this.
Who?
Your uncle.
Stacy?
He was seen leaving this room at the time of the murder.
Well, he was sleepwalking.
So what are you saying?
Nothing.
Probably.
I thought you stopped sleepwalking years ago.
I did. Lately, things...
Lately?
Strange things have been happening.
Like what?
Like I wake up and I'm in the soda shop. It's 2 a.m. and I've opened for business.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, tell me about it. Who goes to the soda shop at 2 o'clock in the morning? Got half a dozen sodas laying there losing their thistle.
Yeah. Tonight, Stacy, did you see anybody or hear anything at all?
No, I never do. What's the use of going to hell anyway for hitting the priest?
You know, I'm going to try a small prescription for clonazepam. And if that doesn't work, we'll just keep increasing the dosage so we get control of this thing. Ellen, Dr. Sloan, would you put a cot in my brother's room for me, please? Yeah, I think I better keep an eye on him for the time being. Thanks. Okay. Try and get a little sleep.
Amanda, you seen Mark?
You just missed him. Do you have Stacy's test results?
Kidney stone.
That would explain the pain, fatigue, chills, fever.
Could even explain why he's sleepwalking again. I mean, the pain could be so bad, it's keeping him up at night. I'm gonna go tell him. Will you tell Mark if you see him?
Yeah. Kidney stones. Ouch.
You can get that from malts?
Well, yeah, but you'd have to drink a lot of malts.
Well, I drink a lot of malt. I have a soda shop. I mean, a soda jerk that's allergic to milk, I mean, that's not good.
You have a couple of options here. We can just wait for the stone to break up and pass on its own.
How long would that take?
Days, weeks, probably not months.
Well, what other options do I have?
Well, we can use lithotripsy. We have this terrific machine that breaks the stone up.
In little tiny little pieces. That sounds good.
Yeah, but they're just not that tiny. They're kind of jagged. There's another way. We sometimes use air pressure to vibrate and break the stone up and then remove the pieces. These. I tell you what, why don't we do a provocative calcium test to determine the full extent of the problem? Good.
Part of their lives to pay more attention to their education. Why should he have preferential treatment over them?
If you put him on probation, that stigma will follow him the rest of his career.
Dr. Sloan, I was hired to keep up the academic integrity of this medical school.
Nobody's arguing that.
Daniel was treating a patient with the wrong chart.
I made much worse mistakes than that when I was a third-year student. And if I may say so, I turned out to be a pretty good doctor.
Great, I'll be there in 15 minutes. Randy, I'm going to go talk with John Martin's wife. If Cheryl comes back, ask her to stay in the Brian Mitchell case, will you?
Sure. Who's John Martin?
Patient that was murdered at the hospital last night. Knew I'd find you here. Oh. Always come here when you want to think.
I do?
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Your book. It's upside down.
No. I'm suffering a little sleep deprivation. That's sleeping on that cot in the hospital, I tell you.
You gonna eat that?
No, go ahead. You know, I was just sitting here thinking, sometimes you meet somebody that you like and respect.
Madison Wesley?
Would you mind letting me beat around the bush a little bit here?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you know, she's an intelligent woman, very appealing.
Mm-hmm. Good looking?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's get you married off. Then we'll worry about me, all right? How's the murder case coming?
I interviewed Jack Martin's wife.
Jack? His name's John, isn't it?
No, why don't you call him Jack?
Well, it's a common nickname, I guess.
Thing is, nobody wanted him dead. And he taught Renaissance music at Valley College and Bible school on Tuesday night. Everybody loved him.
Well, obviously somebody didn't love him.
Did you see anybody that night around his room?
No, just the one nurse and an orderly. And, of course, your Uncle Stacy. You know, back when we were kids, I was 17, he was probably 13, 14.
Got any potato salad?
Help yourself. I came home from the movies late one night, and your uncle is out on the lawn, naked as a jaybird, with his putter in his hand. And I made the mistake of coming up behind him. You don't do that to a sleepwalker. And he picked up his 9-iron and took off after me.
He tried to hit you with it?
Well, he was asleep.
Yeah, but if he had hit you with a golf club, say on the head,
he could have done me a considerable amount of damage.
How come you never told me this story before?
I don't know. It just never came up.
So why are you telling me now?
Well, he's sleepwalking again.
You think he could have killed Jack Martin?
No. Do you?
Hi, folks. How are you? Thank you for so much. Good to see you. How are you today? Very nice to see you. Could I get you a setup? Strawberry soda. You got it. Up and right up.
Not again.
How many people
I'll take care of it.
had reservations? Do I have? Hello.
You just head on down this way.
I do have reservations. Can't get a seat without reservations.
Of course I have reservations in the back room there.
Good. Well, come right ahead then. How about a malt? A chocolate malt.
Chronic fatigue and muscle weakness.
Not enough information. It could be a number of things.
Depression. Weight loss, dark skin pigmentation.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, you do. Think. Intolerance to humidity and altitude.
Oh, I know this. This is,
Addison's disease.
This case will still be here in the morning.
I just can't believe Brian Mitchell didn't know the guy that was shooting at him. Yeah, I keep looking for the money. $3 million Terry Schaefer steals. Tiny amounts from thousands of accounts. And then it just disappears? Where did it go?
You think Brian Mitchell took it? Maybe that's why Schaefer was shooting at him. But Mitchell doesn't have a dime.
Or he does, and I just haven't found it yet.
Well, about 4 years ago, I was working on a case, 5150, bag lady. I was convinced that she'd been drugged by her children, and you kept telling me I was locked into an idea that I should at least consider other possibilities. I couldn't see it. I was right, and that's all there was to it.
Yeah, well, this is different.
Right. Okay, well, you at least try to get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm going home in 2 minutes. Honest?
Okay, good night.
Well, what do we have here? Safety deposit box.
How you doing? Good to see you. How are you today? Very nice to see you. Could I get you a setup? Strawberry soda.
Did you have a reservation?
Team to 5 South. Code blue team to 5 South.
In here. All right.
You got a pulse.
He's 100 over 60. Let's get him to the ICU. On my count, 1, 2, 3.
What happened?
I'm telling you, there was no question of it being an accident this time. He was smothered. His heart stopped. He wasn't breathing. Mark hadn't awakened when he did. Steve, 2 attempted murders, 2 consecutive nights, both occurring coincidentally right after your uncle is admitted as a patient. And he was the only person who was on the scene of both crimes. Look, I know this is none of my business, but I did a little research and found some articles for Stacy's defense. It turns out that there's a long-standing precedent for using sleepwalking as a plea, going all the way back to 1846, the Terrell case. Albert Terrell was acquitted of killing Maria Bickford because of the insanity of sleep. It was in Boston. And then in 1878, a British father, again, sleepwalking, acquittal. 1986, Toronto, a man named Parks drove 14 miles to kill his mother-in-law. Acquitted, sleepwalking. And then, of course, there's this recent case in Arizona where the defendant was found guilty. But when you look at the preponderance of not guilty verdicts...
Jesse, where do you get this stuff?
The internet. Look, I'm not saying that he did it.
You're the only one that isn't.
You actually gave Steve the stuff?
I tried to. He wouldn't take them.
Well, I don't blame him. You practically accused his uncle of being a murderer.
Look, I never used the word murder. But I think you have to face the possibility that Stacy is responsible for 1 death and 1 attempted murder.
Jesse.
Look, this isn't just some harebrained idea of mine. You gotta face the facts.
What facts?
Okay, the first guy that died, John Martin. Somebody pulls the power plug to his ventilator out of the wall.
So?
No, somebody walking through his room, sleepwalking through his room, could have easily done it. I mean, how else could it have happened?
I don't know.
And then there's Brian Mitchell. Somebody tries to suffocate him. Then when he comes to, who was standing over his bed with a pillow in his hand? Stacy Sloan.
Of course. He was probably on that grassy knoll in Dallas, too.
Now, why do you go and say things like that for?
Or maybe he was in Memphis sleepwalking the night Elvis died.
Very funny, I get it. You know, make all the little jokes you want.
I'm not joking.
But I think you have to face the fact that Stacy was the only person who was on the scene both times.
Well, there's still another possibility, but it requires that we both return to the planet Earth. Now, everyone was saying how lucky it was that Mark woke up when he did, but it's just as likely that Stacy got out of bed still sleepwalking and scared off the would-be killer, saving Brian's life.
Sure, I mean, you know, that's possible if you want to use logical thinking.
Ugh, logic's very important in a case like this.
Got to admit that case in Toronto is very compelling.
You have too much time on your hands.
The safety deposit box belonged to Brian Mitchell, but his lawyer was here yesterday to clean it out. He had power of attorney.
Can you give me a description of this attorney, this Mr. Connolly?
Progressive disabling illness affecting nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. Multiple sclerosis. Cause? Defensive cells of the body's immune system mistakenly attack myelin sheaths of the body's own nerves. Symptoms include
blurred or double vision, slurred speech, vertigo, unsteady gait, and extreme fatigue with facial symptoms including numbness, weakness, or pain. There is no known cure, but there are several treatments that can modify immune system activity. These include corticosteroid drugs, interferon, azathioprine, and methotrexate.
All right. You're back.
Oh, finally got a full night's sleep.
Hey, you're unstoppable, man.
Daniel, I'd like to see you if you have a moment.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't say that, and I told him that I wanted him to come here because I wanted to talk to him. That's just part of my...
You wanted to see me?
Come in, Daniel. I will call you back shortly. Daniel. As part of your IMD clerkship, you were assigned 3 patients to follow.
Yes.
Can you tell me who they were?
Yes, Stacy Sloan, Glenna Nelson, and John Martin.
When did you last see John Martin?
I didn't.
Excuse me?
I didn't.
You mean you weren't in his room the night he died?
No, ma'am.
She's suspending me for this. I never went near him.
But you were assigned to him.
Yeah, and Minnie kept giving me the wrong room. I went back twice. What difference does it make? No matter which way they look at it, I'm guilty. You know, negligent by going in and not seeing the ventilator was off, or negligent by not finding the right room. Either way, I've been suspended and there's nothing I can do about it.
You could appeal it.
What good would that do?
At least talk to Dr. Sloan. Maybe he can do something.
Don't worry, Mrs. Briggs. I won't hurt you.
Back to my room. Am I gonna miss lunch?
Mark, morning. You know the patient who died the other night, John Martin?
The ventilator accident.
Exactly. I found something unusual in his trachea, some microscopic fibers. Now, they could have been from the pillowcase or the pillow itself. In any event, he couldn't have rolled over on his stomach.
Somebody smothered him.
Are they going to try to pin that on Daniel, too?
What are you talking about, Alec?
He was suspended for negligence. He's too embarrassed to come tell you himself.
Sometimes the patient can give you vital information the chart won't show.
Yeah, like his name. I had the right chart, just the wrong guy.
Mark?
This is Dr. Sloan. Get me to the admitting office, please. So Jack Martin was put in the room Brian Mitchell was supposed to be in, and Mitchell was put in the room that Martin was supposed to be in. So Daniel did not make a mistake at all. He had the right records. Admitting sent him to the wrong room.
Mark.
And that also means that whoever killed Jack Martin actually was after Brian Mitchell. He killed the wrong man. God, if I weren't so tired, I would have figured this out yesterday. You think I'm wrong?
Dr. Wesley. Yes, he's here.
Yes.
Mark, Brian Mitchell just regained consciousness. You better get up here. Steve is on his way over.
We'll be right up. You want to come with me? And get ready to admit you're wrong?
Honestly, I hope I am.
But you were asleep. It was dark in the room.
I saw him all right. Came over and pushed the pillow down on my face. I tried to fight him off, but he was too strong. It was your brother. He tried to kill me.
Somebody he's never met tries to shoot him, and then, oh gosh, what a coincidence. His hospital roommate tries to smother him.
Look, we all know he's lying. I mean, all you have to do is prove it.
I'm gonna go see the judge about a warrant.
I'm going with you. Oh, doctor, about young Daniel.
I can hold off on that paperwork another day or so.
You all right?
Yeah, didn't see the ottoman.
Yeah, you really got to get home and get some rest.
Why does everybody keep saying that? I'm fine. You know, you were pretty good back there.
Back where?
Convincing that judge to let us poke around in here.
Well, 2 attempted murders. 3 if Jack Martin was an accidental victim. Brian Mitchell has to be connected in some way. How could the judge turn me down?
Robert Olson.
Who's Robert Olson?
I don't know, but apparently he went to Harcourt.
The most prestigious business school in the country.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Good, yeah. And I'll bet you he later changed his name to Brian Mitchell. Well, why else would a man hang on to somebody else's Harcourt ring?
Well, a lot of reasons.
Name one. No, I think he changed his name.
Now, I guess he'd have to if he stole $3 million from his partner and then disappeared with it.
But how are we going to prove it?
That's him. Robert Olson is Brian Mitchell.
There's Terry Schaefer. They definitely went to school together.
But that doesn't mean they knew each other.
But that does. They were in the same business.
I'm willing to bet once one knows the other has talk. Both admit being in this investment scam together.
But Terry's still in jail, so we don't know who went into the hospital to kill Brian Mitchell.
I killed Jack Martin by mistake.
He wouldn't recognize the man he was killing?
Well, the lights were out. It was dark. Didn't have much time.
Wait, that guy there, isn't he familiar? That's the priest. Father Connolly, he said his name was.
Connolly?
The guy that Stacy knocked down in the hallway.
The night Jack Martin was killed. Take a wild guess at the name of the guy that cleaned out Brian Mitchell's safe deposit box.
Connolly. So, if the 3 of them were in this together, that might explain why Mitchell was trying to phone Stacy.
My guess is one of them tried to double-cross the other somehow. We'll find out before we take it to court, I promise you that.
They've rushed Stacy into emergency surgery.
Go. I'll keep checking on Conley, see what other information I can dig up on him.
Would you get hold of hospital security? Tell them if they see that new priest walking around to detain him.
Done.
Stacy?
Oh, he's fine. You should have seen the size of that stone. Surprised he wasn't complaining more.
How long will we be in recovery?
About another hour. Thought you just might want to know.
I'm gonna go talk to Brian or Robert or whoever he is.
I'll check on Stacy and catch up with you.
Security, can you come with me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize anyone was here.
I just stopped in to say goodbye. And to say sorry for any discomfort I may have caused him.
Discomfort?
It's a long story.
Well, I was planning to sit with him a while. I'd be happy to express your apologies to him if you like.
No. I need to do this myself. But I'll tell him you stopped by when he wakes up.
All right. Thanks.
Father?
Hold on right there.
Give it up, Connolly.
Hold it.
You okay?
I am now, thanks.
You are dead, Olson. You took off with all the money.
You couldn't have pulled it off without me. And you were trying to cut me out of my share.
Your share?
Yeah, we'll settle it all in court.
I don't know why I have to ride in this stupid contraption.
It's company policy. We have to get you out of the door with no problems.
Got 2 feet.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Wesley. I'd like for you to meet my brother, Stacy Sloan.
How do you do?
Dr. Wesley. He's on his way home to Arkansas, where he owns a soda shop.
Is that right?
You wouldn't be interested in investing in a soda shop in Branson, Missouri, would you?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to tell you something.
Daniel Richards is on probation? Thanks.
I asked you to help me, and you did. I didn't see it at the time. I gave up a lot to get where I am.
And I figured that.
I tend to be a bit judgmental.
We all do.
I hate to break up this hallmark moment, but I got to get back to the soda shop. Will you validate my parking?
Stace, I'm sorry we don't do that.
Fine, will you give me $150 then?
No.
No.
You have time later on to grab a bite?
I'd love it.
Little brother, let's not make it so long next time, okay?
Good to see you again, bro.
Right, take care. And I think we got that sleepwalking under control.
No problem. How are you? Good to see you. Did you have reservations? 2 malts, you got it. 2 malts coming right up here. Hello there, how are you? How about a hamburger?